Happy morning, children. Welcome to 7th Standard English. Children, today's class we are going to learn the topic verbs. That is subject-verb agreement. In the last class itself, we have seen what is meant by verb and also we have seen using verbs correctly. Now we are going to learn subject-verb agreement. So, in a sentence, the verb must agree with the subject in number and person. So, in a sentence, the verb must agree with the subject in a number and person. For example, Bala loves swimming. Lisa and Naveen love playing chess. Here are some rules to remember. When the subject of a sentence is singular, the verb must also be singular. When the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. For example, Henry likes Deepak, that is singular. Henry and Deepak like Balbi, that is plural. When the subject contains the phrase one of followed by a plural noun, the verb is singular and agrees with one which is singular. Look at this example. One of the students in our class was praised by the teacher. Rukmani is one of my close friends. So, when a sentence has two singular subjects joined by the conjunction and, the verb must be plural. For example, Biska and Suman go to the same school. When two or more nouns refer to one person or thing, then the noun phrase is thought of as singular and takes a singular verb. Example, Idli and Sambar is a delicious treat. Slow and steady wins the race. When a sentence begins with the introductory there, the verb agrees with the actual subject that comes later. See the example, there was a kind king. Subject is king. There are 6 teachers in our department. Here the subject is teachers. A lot of and plenty of take a plural verb. When they are used for countable nouns, they take a singular verb, and when they are used for uncountable nouns. There are plenty of fruits in the bowl. Fruits is a countable noun. There is a lot of excitement among the players. Here excitement is uncountable. Both always takes a plural verb. You look at this example. Both the hill stations were beautiful. Both the girls were rewarded. A number of means several or many and is therefore always followed by a plural verb. There have been a number of accidents this year. A large number of people are waiting to meet the Prime Minister. Next, a collective noun thought of as a single unit takes a singular verb. Example, there was a herd of cattle in the middle of the road. A troop of monkeys is jumping about in that tree. So, when the subject contains the words a dozen followed by a noun, it takes a plural verb because the subject is plural. This is because a dozen means 12 in number. There are a dozen new pencils in the drawer. A pair of. When used with nouns such as scissors, spectacles, shoes and trousers takes a singular verb. Example, a pair of scissors is lying on the table. This old pair of trousers still looks good. If we omit the words a pair of and merely use the plural word, then it must take a plural verb. Example, the scissors are lying on the table. Your trousers are worn out now. Names that refer to a class of things such as stationery, cutlery and hair are singular and must therefore take a singular verb. The furniture here is one of the best quality. This kind of clothing is not right for the cold weather. The word news is treated as singular. The same is true of words such as advice, business and information. The news is that the Home Minister will visit Iran next week. This is good advice. Next, the names of certain diseases such as measles and mumps, and of certain sciences such as mathematics or physics which end in S or singular. Mumps is a painful disease. Physics is my favorite subject. Here sum of and half of take a plural verb when used with countable nouns. They take a singular verb when used with uncountable nouns. Example, some of the boys are tall. Half of the water in the tank is finished. With fractions, the verb will depend upon the number of the noun which the fraction talks about. Example, 3/4 of the earth's surface is water. 3/4 of the students were present. Next, many refers to a number and is plural. Much refers to amount or quantity and is singular. Example, many have registered themselves for the competition. Not much is known about the Mayans. When a plural number applies to distances, weights, heights or amounts of money and answers the question how much, it is treated as singular. Example, 1,000 miles is a long distance. 2 kilograms of sugar cost about 70 rupees. Words such as people, poultry, police, studies and cattle are used with plural verbs. Example, the cattle were grazing in the field. The people of a town are very educated. If the title of a book or the name of a house or a hotel is in the plural, it takes a singular verb because it is only one title or one building. Example, Taj Hotels, Resorts and Palaces is a global chain. Gulliver's Travel was written by Jonathan Swift. When two subjects are joined by the conjunction or the verb agrees in number and person with the subject that is closer to it, the same rule applies in case of the paired conjunction either or and neither nor. For example, Mrs. Massey or her daughters are responsible for the quarrel. Either my cousins or my sister is arranging lunch for us. Neither Rita nor I am going to the auto expo. At last, distributive pronouns such as each, either and neither are always followed by a singular verb. For example, each gets a prize for playing. Either is suitable for me. Indefinite pronouns such as anybody, something, few and many can take both singular and plural verbs. Something is wrong with this computer. Few have expressed their concern about this matter. Now we will see one example, filling the blanks with correct options. First one, in some countries the jury dash the verdict in legal cases. Option A, give. Option B, gives. So the answer is option B, gives. Number 2, a large number of students dash absent. The answer is option B, or absent. Number 3, milk dash soar very fast. The answer is option A, turns. Number 4, dash this quantity sufficient. The answer is option B, is. Number 5, the list of successful candidates dash released yesterday. The answer is option A, was. Number 6, these reports dash absolutely false. The answer is option B, or. Number 7, none of the engineers dash how to repair this computer. The answer is option A, no. So children, hope you all understood what is meant by subject-verb agreement. So children, for today's assignment, you are going to write one exercise in your rough note. Underline the correct form of the verbs in the brackets. I will send you the questions in the PDF. You write the questions and identify the answers and underline the correct answers and send it in your WhatsApp group. Thank you children. Have a nice day.